Da-da-dum-ba-dum-ba. Now this looks pretty good right now. Oh, hey, hi. How you doing? Hey, I am looking at my hedge trimmers here right now. I'm going to be trimming some bushes later today, and just wanted to make sure that it was good and clean and ready to go. I like good-looking bushes, bushes that are trimmed, hedges that are trimmed. It's hard work sometimes, but it sure does make them look nice. So I try to take care of the bushes around my house. Hey, speaking of bushes, did you ever hear someone say, don't beat around the bush? Well, what do you think they were talking about? A bunch of people running around beating a bush? Um, don't beat around the bush. Why would you want to beat a bush? What has that bush ever done to you? Well, yeah, beat around the bush sounds like a little funny when we don't know exactly what it means. But like many of the phrases we've been talking about this past few weeks, there have often been other meanings about those phrases of how they started. Well, we use the phrase don't beat around the bush to refer to avoid talking about something that is important, like to stall or waste time or to speak evasively or misleadingly. We could say to somebody, don't beat around the bush, get to the point. So, where did that phrase come from? Well, the origin of the phrase don't beat around the bush actually refers to hunters who were out hunting birds. And to get pheasants and other birds out of the bushes, out of the thick bushes, these hunters would have somebody swing sticks at the bushes and beat the bushes where the birds would be hiding. And the birds would then come out, and this would make the hunting easier. So the birds would be brought out into the open. But they had to work to beat around those bushes. It would have been just better for their birds to be out front right away. So when people try to avoid talking about an embarrassing or a difficult topic, they are told to not beat around the bush. Get to it. Say what you need to say. Let's deal with it. Let's get it out in the open. Don't beat around the bush. You know, sometimes there are things that we don't like to talk about. So we do everything we can to avoid the subject. And maybe it's a sensitive topic or a subject that is hard for us, and so we try to change it. We don't want to talk about it. Maybe we don't like to explain why we feel so sad, or maybe we don't want to explain why we feel angry, so we don't talk about it. We clam up. We beat around the bush sometimes. We talk about other things. We change the subject and we avoid the real subject. However, avoiding talking about things, especially important things in our lives, could be unhealthy for us. Do you remember the story that Jesus told about the sower who spread seeds on the ground? Some of those seeds fell on rocks, some of them fell on hard dirt, some of them fell on soft dirt, some seeds fell on some thorns. And what happened to those seeds? Well, Jesus said that those seeds that fell among thorns, the thorns grew up with them and then crowded out the plants. Like weeds, bad weeds, they overtook the good seeds. So these seeds were not able to grow and become healthy plants because they were crowded out by other things. It would have been good for the thorns to go away and the seeds to remain in the open. So those thorns took over. They were distracting to the main seeds. So maybe we have to beat back the bushes. Maybe we have to beat back the thorns in order to be healthy. Maybe we have to talk about things that bother us in order to be healthy and not change the subject all the time. Many of us have good people around us to help us. And sometimes these people ask us important questions like, how are you feeling? Or what do you think about this? Or what are some good ways we can do to address this particular situation? And sometimes we want to avoid the subject and not answer those questions. But it is good for us to be honest and answer those questions and not try to avoid them and not try to beat around the bush, but let's go right in there and get to it. So, what is best for us? Well, I believe that honesty is best for us as we deal with all the different kinds of bushes in our lives and the thorny things that grow up around us. Paul, the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 7:35 said this, I'm saying these things for your own good. I'm not trying to hold you back. I want you to be free to live in a way that is right. I want you to give yourselves completely to the Lord. When we go to God, We can't hide things from God. When we talk to Him, He knows our hearts. So we don't beat around the bush. We can say to God, I'm angry about this. I'm mad about this. I'm sad about this. And God might say, hey, I have some people that are wanting to talk to you that can help you. So don't beat around the bush with them. Live in a way that is right and give yourself completely to God. I believe that it's not good to beat around the bush. Let's bring it out in the open, talk to the people who care for us and who may have some really good advice. So don't avoid the truth. No, talk about the things that are important to you. Have a day filled with joy and have a day filled with peace.